I remember one time, and this was only about 3 years ago. I was talking to a very close friend of mine who I was helping through some certain situations, and she had just gotten back together with her boyfriend, and I was very upset about it because I disagreed with them being together because I'd helped them through so much at the time, so I really didn't like the fact that they were together, and I allowed myself at one point to forget about being nice and reserving myself, and I just texted her and I told her my mind. Now, I never said anything wrong, and honestly I never said anything that wasn't true. I just didn't say it the best way, and I didn't say it with being conservative, and I didn't say it with being wise, and I sent them to him, and I found out later that she actually let her boyfriend read those text messages, and her boyfriend actually told her that he said, "Look, I know he's a minister and a preacher and all that, but he said, after reading those text messages, I will never be able to respect him again as a minister and as a preacher and sit under him," and that really did hurt me. It really did, and it showed me that though I've always been careful with my words, it showed me how even the more I need to be careful with what I say to people, how I say it. You may be absolutely right in what you're saying. Your message may be completely holy and pure, but the question is, how are you saying it? Are you using wisdom in the way that you talk? Are you in the middle of debates? Are you using wisdom in how you debate, or are you just making everyone mad at you? These are things you have to watch out, because your conversation matters, and you can destroy your reputation by what you say to people and what you say about other people. You should never talk about anybody else, especially not badly. Just avoid completely doing that. Don't talk bad about people. Don't talk about other people at all, because what you say can be turned and twisted against you. Be careful in what you say about other people. And here's one very important thing, I think, especially for the young minister to learn, is not to just unload to anyone. You will come to a point where you will want to unload, and you will want to say everything on your mind and everything on your heart, and we all need it. We all need to unload every now and then. The problem is that the young minister or the young person a lot of times just finds the next ear that will listen, and then they begin to just tell them all their issues and their problems. The preacher and the minister does not have that liberty. We do not have the liberty to just speak and tell everyone what is going on in our lives. We really don't. You shouldn't. You should not do that. But this is some very, very, very good advice. You need to, as a minister, find somebody who can relate to you in the ministry. Another minister who you can relate to, who you have something in common with, who you can really connect with. Make friends with that person and let them be someone you talk to. I have gotten a number of different friends that I know I can call in a second, and they will listen to everything I have to say, and they will give me good, godly, holy advice, and no matter what I say to them, I may be in a heated, just completely angry moment, they're not going to lose respect for me because maybe I said something about someone or whatever because I was angry. They're not going to lose respect for me because they understand. They're going through it. So you need to find this, whether it be an older minister or a peer who is in the ministry. Find someone you can talk to. Find someone you can unload to, because you're going to unload. You're going to hit a point where you have to talk to somebody. Find somebody who you can talk to that will understand. And the final part of this is Abraham Lincoln said, "Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt." And that is such good advice. When my youth group realized that I was trying to get back into church, and they noticed how that I stopped talking to my youth group because I was afraid I would fall into the same things. They took offense to it, and they actually began to mock me quite a bit and speak out against me, and just constantly upset with me because of it. And granted, I was young and I did not deal with most of the situations wisely. And especially when they would mock me and speak out against me, I thought, oh, I gotta fight back. And I started to, try to fight back against them and try to if somebody mocked me, I would mock them back, and I would fight back, and I'd try to give them an answer. And I realized that got me nowhere, because you're not supposed to be better at mocking than anybody else. You're not supposed to be better at dissing someone. You should not have to try to explain yourself. You really shouldn't. It is better for you most of the time to just stay quiet. And I realized that. I came to a point where I realized, you know what, this just isn't working. So I just decided to stop talking, and I stayed quiet, and I remained silent for the longest time. And eventually my youth group did grow a respect for me, and eventually they stopped mocking, and they stopped doing all. They lost interest. It wasn't fun anymore because they couldn't get a reaction out of me, and so they stopped that, and they were slowly began to respect me again. I'm just saying, sometimes it's better for you to just say nothing. Just don't say anything. Sit in silence for a while, especially when you're at the beginning stages of your ministry. Just sit in silence for a while. Sometimes when you speak, you'll say stuff that is just foolish. And as Abraham Lincoln said, better to be thought a fool, better to remain silent, be thought a fool, than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Proverbs 13:3 says, he that keepeth, that word keepeth means guards his mouth, keepeth or preserves his life. He that guards his mouth preserves his life. But he that openeth wide his lips shall have destructions. What he's saying is that the ones who are careful about what they say and what they talk about, they will preserve their lives. But if you just open your mouth and just don't care what comes out, you will have destruction. Your conversation matters. Your words matter. I hope that these videos can help you. God bless.